Hey, what is up guys, it's Masleaf here, back with another Kane's Wrath video commentary, and this is going to be my third VOD of the week. The last two I done were subpar in terms of video quality, so I decided to release another one just for you guys because I want you to not be disappointed by the videos that I've been producing. Anyways, we have Flame playing as the purple random, and HiDrauLicK, who is pretty well known in the Kane's Wrath community, playing as ZCM in Cyan. Flame, not very well known, but this replay has made it to the popular replays tab, and HiDrauLicK is a reputable player. Very, very good, no doubt about it. And he is ZCM. The patch is 1.02, so we're shifting away from 1.02 plus. So yeah, we're back to the usual stuff here. It looks like MOK, he has MOK, so Flame has MOK, Marked of Kane. Of course their awakened squads are bugged in this version. If he were playing 1.02 plus, then their EMP ability would be pretty much bug proof. And booby trap in the structures not as effective as the neutral structures, because you have a small period of time in which you can evacuate the structure before the booby trap detonates. So yeah, not so effective on the structures as it is on these Tiberium spikes. Tiberium spikes is probably the best structure to use the booby trap on, as they just explode instantly, denying your opponent the spike altogether, which is a very, very underused tactic. And it's a really long-term decision of yours if you want to destroy the spikes or not, because of course you have the option to retake them if you have map control and such. Anyways, enough babbling on about that crap. We have Flame going for Bike Crush, and HiDrauLicK, he has not scouted it, I don't think. There's a Rifleman squad here, and I don't think the vision of the Rifleman squad will be sufficient to see these bikes coming through the middle, and these bikes will be allowed to destroy a Harvester possibly. Of course he's up against ZCM Harvester, so he's going to have to be extra careful in engaging, as those Harvesters are pretty deadly against bikes, as you can see here, and he's not really consolidating his forces. And of course the rocket harvesters, they do quite a considerable amount of damage to those bikes, even putting one down to half health in a single volley, and this harvester will be forced to retreat to dock in this refinery here. But the harvesters, yes, to watch out for those. I mean, you can't underestimate those harvesters. The ZCM harvesters, of course, are very, very tough, and this watchtower could fend off this single bike. That bike just barely managing to make it out alive. The economy for Flame isn't too bad. He's got 3 harvesters, 2 refineries. That's a pretty good ratio. Rifleman squad has made it into the base, but HiDrauLicK should have a superior economy here, as he's fended off that rush, no bothers. And he's got 5 harvesters in total, as well as a tip spike in the bottom. So he is pretty ahead of Flame, but Flame has the bikes. He has 3 bikes still. He didn't lose any. Actually, he did lose 1 in that engagement. This bike could use some repairs. He needs to put further aggression onto HiDrauLicK, because HiDrauLicK will be allowed to go extremely ahead because of his economic advantage. He has to apply much more pressure, maybe get some more bikes out, maybe crank out some flame tanks, try and put some harassment onto HiDrauLicK to even it out a little bit, because HiDrauLicK, he will be in no rush to attack him because he's ahead. Why would you attack someone if you're ahead? You've already got the advantage. You just need to secure it and build refineries. And HiDrauLicK, I think he is going to do that. He's researching the AP ammo upgrade, I think, yeah. Rarely seen against Nod. I don't often see AP ammo be the upgrade of choice before the refinery against Nod. I mean, against Black Hand it would be, since their infantry squads are so powerful and you need that upgrade to stand a chance against them. But the AP ammo, I'm not sure why he's purchasing that upgrade. Maybe he's anticipating a lot of infantry forces from Flame, and he's maybe played a couple previous games with him and he's done that tactic and won, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, Flame's going for dual war factories. HiDrauLicK has the AP ammo upgrade. He could probably implement that and go for hammerheads. Hammerheads wouldn't be a really bad option for him at all. Once you've got that upgrade, they're super powerful. But he has got a refinery down here, as well as HiDrauLicK. He is doing pretty good economically as well. Got some APCs here loaded with rocket squads. I'm not sure how he's going to harass with those, because harvesters are stealth for nod, or MOK rather, so he's going to have to reveal them with a pitbull or a radar scan. And he does have the command post here, but there is just double war factory here, and Scorp spam around the war factory will be all he needs to defend off against these APCs, and those APCs aren't going to be useful at all really in this, if he were to attack this expansion. But Scorp spam is the strategy of choice for Flame. He could probably get the Dozer Blade upgrade. I think he's working on a command post that's building way too quickly to be a refinery. Get that upgrade out, and we have some attack bike coming up the top here. See if he can score some harvester kills. I definitely think he will do, because this Shadow tank is moving out of position here, and I don't think HiDrauLicK's seen these bikes. And oh no, this is going to be terrible for HiDrauLicK. HiDrauLicK immediately notices there's a couple bikes there, and he has to react as soon as possible. He could have easily got another harvester kill there, as the bikes can avoid the Shadowers if they were continue to move. And there we go, he's going to just go straight down to the bottom here, and that APM upgrade is proving invaluable for HiDrauLicK, as he's able to destroy those bikes, and the harvester does go down. So 2 harvesters down for HiDrauLicK. Not a very good result for him, and a further harvester going down, so 3 harvesters down for HiDrauLicK. HiDrauLicK isn't doing too good, and that's what Flame needed to get back into this. Flame, speaking of him, he has to get all of his harvesters here and transfer them to his expansion field immediately. And the Scorp spam will be forced to retreat, as the APCs did manage to find their way into Flame's base. HiDrauLicK, I'm not sure if he was able to pick off any harvesters there. He might have done so. I'm not entirely sure. The radar scan must have been used, or else the harvesters got detected while they're docking in the refinery. That's also the possibility. This APC will get taken out, and as you can see, he's got way too many Scorpions for HiDrauLicK to deal with. HiDrauLicK should be going for aircraft, and there we go. ZCM, obviously their hammerheads are extremely powerful. ZCM obviously natural at killing stuff with hammerheads and aircraft. It's one of their perks. And Shadower APC against the Scorpion tanks, which is in great force. I don't think it's a good idea to engage with those. He has to maintain as much of his army as possible. He needs that anti-air as well from the APCs to defend off against these Venoms. And speaking of Venoms, he could get the charged particle beam upgrade, which I am going to assume he is doing so, as that will make them extremely powerful. Even against these ZCM hammerheads, those Venoms will just rip straight through them. You have to be careful though. If the Venoms are up if the hammerheads are upgraded with the rocket squads or the zone raiders inside of them, you have to always use the line formation so they don't clump up together and take air effect damage from the rockets. Always handy to know that, as you can lose a ton of Venoms if they were clumping up and they all got splashed by like a single volley of rockets, which isn't really good for you at all. As you can see, he's got 4 hammerheads here. They are upgraded with ceramic armor, with zone raiders as well. Are they zone raider hammerheads? They are indeed zone raider hammerheads. Let's just check out this one here. He's got 3 zone heads. 3 zone heads for HiDrauLicK. HiDrauLicK, he's just going to annihilate this Scorp spam here. There is no Venoms. The Venoms are coming in. And as I said before, you can't just make an attack move on these hammerheads. He has to use line formation, or else he's going to lose all of his hammerheads here. And this isn't really good for Flame. Flame is going to have to make a retreat. And as you can see, the Venoms causing so many problems for him here. The timing isn't right for Flame. This upgrade isn't done yet. Charged particle beams is on the way. I don't think that upgrade he got before was the charged particle beam. It could have been laser capacitors. Must have been laser capacitors. I can't see what else it could have become. Not laser capacitors, the what am I talking about, the Tiberium core missiles. But he must have cancelled that upgrade, as I don't see anything on the tech lab itself. A lot of the Scorpion tanks going down to these hammerheads, and bloody hell, look at that. And of course Flame has to keep away from those APCs, as the APCs are pretty lethal against them. And oh no, the upgrade is done, so he has to be careful, because these Venoms are so much faster than the hammerheads. He could just chase down these hammerheads and all of them are going to get destroyed. Oh no, this is bad. This isn't good for HiDrauLicK. HiDrauLicK's going to lose all of his hammerheads there. And 3 of them does go down. He could just easily pursue this one here. They are $2,800, and that's a lot of money there. And bam, takes it straight out of the sky. That's unfortunate. There isn't even Elite Venom. I'm not sure if any of them got promoted to Heroic. Let's just check that out real quick. Just one Elite Venom. So yeah, that upgrade very, very useful against ZCM if you're against these hammerheads. And I think HiDrauLicK's going to abandon the hammerheads, seeing those Venoms there. He's going to go for a Marv. And Flame's response to the Marv would be the Vertigo bombers. Vertigos can also shoot aircraft. They got this very mediocre anti-air gun. Not very useful per se, but it'll still come in handy in desperate times, especially if you're down with no anti-aircraft. But the Marv is rolling through the middle, and HiDrauLicK has got a lot of Tiberium left. Wreck, on the other hand, has no Tiberium. He has to do something about this Tiberium situation. He does have Vertigos, but Vertigo bombers against these APCs aren't going to fare too well, I do not think. And where are the Vertigos? The Vertigos are out somewhere. The Scorpion tank should be able to clean up these APCs. But the problem for Flame is the fact that he has no Tiberium. That's the biggest problem with him right now. And Zone Raiders are going to the Marv, and this is a big problem for Flame because that's a quadruple Zone Raider Marv. That'll just go in and absolutely decimate those Scorpion tanks. There's no way that those Scorpion tanks will ever stand a chance against that thing there. And the Marv is rolling slowly but surely towards his base, and this MCV is going to have to make a run for it. Maybe sell his MCV because he's not going to save it. He's just not going to save it, and the MCV is just moving itself closer to the Marv. As soon as that Marv gets into range, it's going to be over for him. And these APCs and Shadow tanks are just begging for Vertigo bombers to shoot them, and bam, even nails a couple with the air of effect, getting 2 APCs there. He has to be careful with these units, these Scorpion tanks, as the Marv could just take them all out with a single volley. The Harvesters are getting destroyed, being revealed by the Pitbull. Will this MCV get destroyed? The Scorpion tanks are hesitant to engage that Marv as it still has a lot of its health remaining. Obelisk goes down, but it's immediately destroyed by the Marv because it's so powerful. This MCV would get destroyed. It's going to be close. Scorpion tanks going down. Shockwave artillery beacon. This is going to be Shockwave. Will he get this MCV? It's not going to be enough DPS, I don't think. Was that a Shockwave artillery even? That could have been just a... I don't know. I'm sure I heard the sound of the Shockwave artillery, but that could have been just me there. And there we go, the Marv is on its last legs, and it just got destroyed by those Vertigo bombers. Vertigo bombers, I don't think they got promoted, did they? Let's just check this out real quick. No, they didn't. So surprisingly, you don't get any promotion for destroying a 4 Zone Raider Marv with a Vertigo bomber, which is always weird. But of course, if you destroyed a Predator tank, it would have been promoted, because that's just how things are. And ZCM Predator tanks in this patch are bugged, for those of you who don't know, but I'm pretty sure you do know after being reminded constantly by my fellow commentator Green Zero. And yeah, we've got Shadow at Inf, so a lot of transitioning in this game by HiDrauLicK. He's going from vehicles to air to air again, and then infantry and vehicles. He's using all of his assets to try and win this game here. The Hammerhead, the Firehawks are very, very beefy in terms of armor, but he has to use the Shadow to get out of dodge there because he cannot stand up against those charged particle beam venoms for long. And a lot of these infantry forces being cleaned up by these venoms. There is just a single venom here, and I think he could overwhelm it with just a handful of rocket squads, and he does, yeah. So that's nice work there by HiDrauLicK. HiDrauLicK, he is out of Tiberium, but Flame, on the other hand, has just expanded to the middle. There is no longer a Marv on the field, I don't think. No, I am wrong. There is another Marv out, but are the Vertigo bombers cleaned up? No, he has decided to build more of them. But he doesn't have air superiority. The thing is, these Firehawks of HiDrauLicK could just come in and absolutely murder those Vertigo bombers. There's absolutely nothing he can do about that. What's he going to do about it? The Vertigo bombers, they're going to be hunting down that Marv. It's the only target he has in mind. And it's slowly making its way towards the green here. He's probably got intentions to harvest this entire green field. Remember, he's MOK. He can use EMP, he can actually train some enlightened units and defend off against this Marv. Of course, Zocom Marvs are extremely vulnerable to EMP. It's probably one of the reasons why MOK is considered so overpowered against the Zocom faction, is because it's just so abundant with EMP units, and Zocom's only unit in the late game is just a single vehicle. So it all adds up, really. What Flame could do is just get 4 beam cannons and charge this up. So his Obelisk of Light would have incredible range. He could probably get the Marv from over here, and that will provide ample protection while he's able to establish a decent economy. But the thing is here, the Obelisk of Light is going to inflict severe pain on this Marv, but using the Awakened Squad there, nice use of the EMP, disabling that Marv for a split second. And another Obelisk does come down. Scorpion Tank is trying to flank the rear armor of the Marv, but the Marv is too wise and it's not going to accept that fate to the Scorpion Tanks. It is King of the Jungle, and the Marv is further emped. And then here we go, we've got the Scorpion Tanks trying to take on this Marv here. Hit and run tactics by the Zocom player. Just the Marv is on a slight sliver of health here. The Scorpion Tank can just come in and destroy the Marv, and the Scorpion Tanks, neither of them got promoted. That is really weird. Unless... What? He destroyed a 4 zone raider Marv. How on earth do you not get promoted for that? You're a Scorpion Tank. I just don't understand some of these things. Unless I'm just blind and I need to get an eye check immediately. So yeah, we've got Zone Raiders. I don't think they were from the Zone Raider drop pod at all, because they are not veteran. So he must have trained them from the barracks. Perhaps he was going to put them inside the Marv. That's the only thing I saw him doing. HiDrauLicK, what's he got left? He's got 4 Firehawks and the Redeemer Engineering Facility. Did I see one? No, not a single engine Redeemer in this game for MOK. And he's going to take out this refinery here. He did already use defense on that one there, so he's not going to be able to save both of them. And he's going to, so Flame is going to have to spend more resources and able to build that refinery again. And here we go. This game is just non-stop push after push after push. Both players going hard at each other, trying to destroy themselves, as you know, not themselves, but the other player, as quickly as possible. But here we go. The Vertigo Bombers just causes so much pain here, able to take out those Shadow tanks and the rig as well without any problem. Where are the Firehawks? The Firehawks desperately need to go into anti-aircraft loadout and destroy as many of those Vertigo Bombers as possible. He could use the radar scan quickly and just reveal them all, destroy them, and that will be a good win for HiDrauLicK. HiDrauLicK needs something like that now, as Flame has established himself in the middle. He's got 2 harvesters here, and probably a further refinery on the way, I think. Maybe not. The Redeemer is coming though. It's halfway done. And when he's got that out, then the Marv is in serious trouble. It is a 4-zoner Marv. How on earth is HiDrauLicK getting the resources to build this stuff? Because those things aren't expensive. That's almost 10k worth of resources there, that Marv. And of course he can just draft a single power plant and EMP it if he's playing smart. And the magnetic minefield does go down, and of course moving on that will cause severe damage to the Marv. And as you can see, destroying that Marv, almost putting it down to no health whatsoever. Pitbulls are really good with taking out mines if you buy the mortar upgrade I've found. It's like their version of the Dozer Scorp. The Dozer Scorps are also good at that purpose. They can just clean the mines up. Although if you have the Dozer Scorps and you try and clear out these mines, the magnetic mines, they attach to the Scorpion tanks, but they don't actually do any damage. It's kind of weird. They don't clear them either, despite what the description says. Of course, it's one of those things in Kane's Wrath. Not everything is perfect. Far from it, actually. The Marv being able to destroy that refinery there, and it looks like Flame is severely low on resources. That Redeemer must have got cancelled. No. He destroyed the tech lab. That's a very nice job by HiDrauLicK. He totally had his awareness there. Being able to destroy that tech lab was a good decision of his. And it looks like Flame is going to have to resort to the infantry spam. Obelisk of Light does get destroyed by those Firehawks. Very nice use of the Firehawks in this game. The Marv has to fight. There is no way that it can possibly hope to escape from rockets. I think the Marv is going to go down here, and that's the third Marv going down, but it has caused so much damage for him. And I think Flame is this is just going to be another tech lab. He's going to work on another Redeemer. But no, it's going to be a Secret Shrine. So Secret Shrine by Flame. He's going to go for those upgrades. Maybe get some Enlightened squads. Just push forward. Maybe move his MCV in. But this is going to be another Marv for HiDrauLicK. It's the only thing he does have. Especially being a Zocom player. There isn't much you can do about it. 3 spikes are in possession of HiDrauLicK. So HiDrauLicK being able to hold on to those spikes throughout most of the game. What is he going for with these Firehawks? He's going to try and take out this War Factory, and he does do so. And that isn't good for Flame. Flame, he has to get a refinery here. He's gone for infantry. He needs to go infantry because the Marv is out, almost out, I think. Yeah, it is. And this is going to be HiDrauLick's last Marv. I don't think he'll have enough resources to replace another one, especially considering how scarce the resources are on the map to begin with. And there we go, the Marv is out. And what is he going to bomb next with these Firehawks? That is the question. He's got 1 veteran, I think. I'd be surprised if none of them have received any promotions after destroying all that stuff there. He does have a single veteran Firehawk. That one's probably on the verge of becoming elite. But I'm not sure why he's trying to engage the Firehawks with the Zocom, with the Vertigo bombers. That's kind of silly. They're not as potent as the Firehawks for air-to-air combat, as far as I know. But yeah, he's going for the MOK man spam. I'm really on the edge of how effective this is. It's hard to say really. If providing the EMP doesn't bug, it should be one of the best man spams you can possibly get, especially against Zocom, as this Marv can be just totally disabled. He doesn't have the cybernetic legs. He has not even researched the cybernetic legs, but he doesn't really need it. This Marv could probably take out a lot of those infantry forces before it gets EMP'd, especially while having those 3 zone raider squads inside of it. But the Enlightened are really good at soaking up the cannon damage, and they can absorb a lot of it. APC is being trained by HiDrauLicK, so HiDrauLicK knows that he has to train a lot of those in order to fend off against these infantry. Maybe some sniper teams wouldn't be a bad choice either, but with an airfield by the MOK player, it's probably not a good idea, as a single Venom can clean those up in a split second almost. Whereas the Marv is just sitting back here. He's waiting to build an army enough to take out Flame, but the thing is, HiDrauLicK has no Tiberium. He's going to have to make a push sooner or later, or else he'll get completely out-ecoed by Flame, who has a refinery and a lot of harvesters now mining that field there. Now HiDrauLicK, I'm not sure what he's doing here. He could have had he could have attacked in that moment there, or EMPing all of the APCs. That's very nice work by Flame, and he's probably being able to take out all of these infantry forces. But the thing is, the AP ammo rifleman squads are doing so much damage, taking out all of those infantry forces. All the infantry are going down. There's just rocket squads remaining. He does not have the cabals to lead them, and that is going to be a big problem for Flame, as these rifleman squads are just now unchallenged. There's no way that he can hope to destroy those rocket squads. And another magnetic minefield coming in, so that's a nice use of support power, being able to damage the Marv ever so slightly. But the TIB troopers are the unit of choice for Flame, and he's able to take out those rifleman squads without any difficulty. Where are the Firehawks? Firehawks still causing big problems. Spike coming in by the bottom. I don't think Harvester harassment is a good idea at this stage. Really, it's not bad, but you really want to focus on destroying the remainder of your opponent's army and base, especially the tech structures that they have, like the tech center. That's really one of the only structures you want to destroy as a MOK player against Zocom. Not that the Marv requires a tech lab to begin with, but it needs the tech lab to train the zone raiders, and that's what you'll be putting into the Marv as a MOK player. So where are the Firehawks? The Firehawks have stratos somewhere, unless they were there they strated somewhere to escape from those bikes, in which case they will be up here. I'm curious to know which loadout he has. There is just infantry for flame, but will he have enough to take on this army? The Marv does get EMP'd. There's infantry all over the place. These Firehawks here, I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're going to bomb a harvester. They could bomb some of these infantry forces. Remember, they have grenade damage, and grenade damage is pretty good and lethal against infantry. The Marv does make it out. It's escaped. This isn't good. The rig is there also to repair it. And remember, the rig repairs on a percentage-based stats, not on a stats, well, whatever. It's faster than the War Factory. That's all I know. I had someone tell me in the comments a long time ago. I do appreciate that. And here we go. We've got 4 Vertigo bombers coming in. And this will be the end of the Marv. The Marv isn't going to make it out alive. And there we go. Another Marv going down there. Of course, HiDrauLicK doing a very good job in preventing Flame from gathering a lot of resources here and destroying him. All he has to worry about now is this rig. He could sell an operation center and quickly take that out with a tip trooper, although tip troopers are pretty pathetic if you think about it against vehicles. Not recommended at all. Do not follow my advice there. Tip troopers really bad actually against vehicles. But the Firehawk still causing big problems. He has not lost a single Firehawk. That is one thing I have to give credit for. HiDrauLicK, he is really good with the Firehawk harassment during this game. Vertigo bombers, oh, that has got to hurt, taking out almost all the pit bulls. Luckily HiDrauLicK there in the last second realizing that he could have lost those 2 pit bulls by the Vertigo bomber, and he will come in here to destroy this Vertigo bomb on the deck. He needs to do that. And good harassment here by HiDrauLicK. He could move this rig ever so slightly so it receives some cover by these rifleman squads. But yeah, this rig is going down. There's just too many rocket squads here, focusing it down, and there it goes, even a tip trooper. HiDrauLicK, what are you going for? Do not tell me this is another Marv. It would be. Now, if the 5th Marv fails, I'm not exactly sure if it's a wise idea going continually for the Marv. He could have gone for a lot of APCs, but then again, he does have the tech lab up. This is really, really dire for HiDrauLicK. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to accomplish with this Marv. He could just move his MCV in. And taking out the upgraded power plants, that will put Flame down severely low on power. And if he takes out the Operations Center, which I think he has done, then this Redeemer Engineering Facility is next on the list. But no, the Operations Center is there. He has to cast the laser fence on that Redeemer Engineering Facility, or else it will suffer the same fate as the previous one. And those Firehawks are the best harassment unit, obviously, before the Zocom. The Vertigo one is obviously trying to sneak up and do some a nuisance to those Firehawks, but unfortunately they do lift up. Will he be going for? He's going to go straight for that Redeemer Engine Facility. It's going to go down. HiDrauLicK just has to go for it now, and Strato back to base. And there we go. Nice job there. And sells off the tech lab. Not sure if that was a wise idea. Has he researched the Tib Core missiles? There's only hope of destroying those is to get the Tib Core and mass enough rockets, but rocket scores overkill too much in my opinion. I wouldn't really use them as a primary means to counter Firehawks. And not only that, but they're just too slow, even with the upgrade. Well, actually, they're not very slow. There is an EMP equipped unit here, and as you can see, it's just a lot of. It's a big pain for HiDrauLicK, really. And that Marv is once again going to barely make it out alive. HiDrauLicK really does not want to let this Marv go down, and he's building a lot of foxholes. Again, what I said is he could have moved his NCV into the fray, but then again, he's probably afraid of those Vertigo bombers, which still are out. He's got 3 now, so one of them must have been shot down from the sky, maybe by the pitbulls. I think that's what happened to it. And yeah, MOK squads and more MOK squads. The Firehawks, what are they going to bomb next? He could go for some power plants if there's nothing else to bomb. Probably go for the operations center and or the airfield. That would mean if the Vertigo bombers are landed on it, then geez, that would really do a lot of damage to Flame. But how is he going to hold up against this Marv? I guess the Marv does have a low health now. He has no support like a rig to heal it up. He needs to move this MCV in, alright? He has to move that in and build a war factory. so he can repair this Marv as well as build the damn bloody watchtowers, because that would be much better than these rifleman squads. And of course he could just place down a couple what do you call them, anti-air batteries. I'm not sure why he's building these Venoms. It's kind of stupid, especially as the Firehawks are probably out causing a lot of mischief. But I wouldn't reverse move into those mines if I were you, HiDrauLicK. Oh, the Marv could have gotten destroyed there. And he might destroy this Marv with the magnetic mines which are attached to it. And the Marv is going to go down by that support power. It's going to take a lot of damage from mines. Of course, epic units are extremely vulnerable to it. And there it goes, the Marv is down. So yeah, once again, another Marv being destroyed. It's not a mistake by HiDrauLicK training these Marvs. It's not as though he has anything else better to counter it. They are lacking the artillery. The only thing that they have are these Zircon Firehawks, and these Zircon Firehawks he has to keep alive at all costs. And he's going to take out this MCV, and is that the only MCV? It is the only MCV, so Flame no longer has a build queue. He does not have a war factory either to build units. He only has an airfield. HiDrauLicK has to just deal with those Firehawks, not Firehawks, the Vertigo bombers, and take out this Hand of Nod there. That's the only thing he has to do. And the Reclamate Hub is still up. Of course, you don't need a tech center to build a Marv, but I don't think a Marv is the best choice here. You could just go for Hammerheads. Hammerheads against the infantry, and the Firehawks against the Vertigo bombers. The Vertigo bombers, they're just going to land there. They could probably just stay close to this airfield and wait for the Firehawks to land. There is no stealth detection for HiDrauLicK, so you wouldn't be able to know when they're there, waiting for them to land, and obviously get backstabbed by them. But oh no, taking out the airfield, not good timing. He's gonna rearm himself. Probably could equip the anti-air loadout immediately as the Vertigo bombers are coming straight in. He has to make sure he lifts them up as soon as possible. He does not want those Vertigos to destroy the airfield. That would be just catastrophic for HiDrauLicK. And the Hand of Nod still remains here for HiDrauLicK. And is he gonna get the airfield? Almost gets the airfield, but HiDrauLicK too good for that, lifting him up in the right time. He needs to replace that command post and get the airfield right back up. Extremely good micro by the Firehawks. He's going to bomb this Hand of Nod, and as long as he's got that Hand of Nod, that'll be it for Flame. But more power plants going down. Questionable decision by him. Where are the harvesters? He does not have any harvesters. Flame is just down to just a single harvester here, just wandering around the middle of the map. It's not going to give him much resources to train units. But oh, the Vertigo bombers coming in. Do they have ammunition? I do not know. They're probably burning up in the air. That one is, I think, it is losing its health gradually. Yeah, they have dropped their bombs, and that one will go down in the sky. So only 2 Vertigo bombers, and there are Firehawks out. And this is a really close game now. I think this is going to be HiDrauLicK's game. There's no way that I see Flame making a comeback here. And yeah, Flame has been defeated. That was a really good game. HiDrauLicK, well played to him there, winning that game there. Didn't really see it after expending all those Mars, but he did do it strategically to make sure that Flame... He kept Flame at bay with those Mars in the end. He forced him to stay put at his base and defend and defend and defend, which is always good. Those Firehawks obviously doing immense damage to him. I'm really curious to know how many structures he lost. Yeah, as you can see, 119 structures lost by Flame. So that's the real harassment. That is the real game-winning unit for HiDrauLicK, is the fact that he used those Firehawks so effectively in destroying all those structures. Well done to HiDrauLicK there in the management of the Firehawks. Flame, on the other hand, good use of the MOK infantry. Could have got that upgrade. What do you call it? The cybernetic legs. That would have made things a little bit easier there. Still, nonetheless, good effort by him. He almost beat HiDrauLicK, but HiDrauLicK did all he could to come back into that game. Nice use of the Zone Raider Hammerheads as well, being able to defend off against those Scorpion tanks. Very, 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 very powerful units if they're microed and built at the right time. Anyways, to go to the stats here, we have units killed by Flame, 155. With a 0.77 kill to death ratio, and for HiDrauLicK we have 202 with a 1.20 kill to death ratio. For the resources, we see that it was mostly on par throughout the entire game, although Flame somehow was ahead during the last 6 or so minutes, because I'm not entirely sure why that was. Maybe it was because he had harvesters, but of course they got destroyed in the end. HiDrauLicK on those TIF spikes gave him a massive lead throughout that. Obviously, if he hadn't have had those tip spikes, it would have turned out too differently there. Anyways, this is Marsleaf, and I hope this made up for the lackluster quality videos that I put up yesterday. And yeah, if you like the video, then don't forget to like it. And really, that's all I have to say. So yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.